film is very dangerous. People believe what they see. I'm gonna take you back. The Exorcist. People believe what they fucking see. You had to get a ticket to go to the church. Church was crowded, overpacked. No, it's real. This is real. Psycho, they didn't take showers for about 2 years. Jaws, the beaches were empty. People believe what they see. If you say Exorcist didn't scare you, you full of shit. That was a terrifying movie. My late friend, Richard Pryor, we were at a party, and the congresswoman said, Paul, you and Richard, you want to go over here to Westwood? We're going to see this movie, The Exorcist. We know nothing about the book, none of that shit. Just VIP, we wanted to hang out. VIP, yeah. We ran over with this Congress lady. We sat right in the front, VIP. The little movie came on. This is for real. Me and Richard are sitting there. We sitting there. You know how it came on? They were up in the mountains and stuff. No. Then they go to New York. Ouija board. Interesting. Ouija board. Then the priest comes to the house, and the little girl's in the hallway, and the little girl pees. We go, what kind of nasty motherfucker? This a porno? What kind of shit is this? Because we've never seen nobody pee in a movie. What kind of porno bullshit is this? This little bitch peeing. You know? Then the shit started. Look. Jimmy, why you do this to me, Jimmy? Jimmy. And turning heads. Now, Richard and I are at the exit in the back. That shit scared the shit out of us. I'm not lying. That shit was fucking scary. Then we go home. We scared. We go home. We scared to death. We go home. My mid-son, he's here, Shane. He's in the room. He has asthma. I go through the room. I made that nigga stay up all night. I said, get up, nigga. You ain't going to sleep. I made him stay up all night.
Ten 10,000 years ago, some prehistoric genius planted the first seed. Essentially, that was the invention of agriculture. That was a phenomenal change. That revolutionary change moved very slowly across the planet at the rate of 1 kilometer per year for 5 or 10,000 years. 300 years ago, the Industrial Revolution exploded in Europe and led to a totally different wealth creation system called industrialization. And that was a thunderbolt. That was a true transformation. It's not just the steam engine. It's not just technology. And that's the important thing we can sometimes forget, that technology and culture are like this.
Okay, I got it.
I'm so glad I found you. I'm not gonna lose you. Whatever it takes, I will stay here with you. Take it to the good times, see it through the bad times. Whatever it takes is what I'm gonna do.
Let them say we're crazy. What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go.
Imagining the third dimension is the easiest for us because every moment of our lives, that's what we're in. A three-dimensional object has length, width, and height. But here's another way to describe the third dimension. If we imagine an ant walking across a newspaper which is lying on a table, we can pretend that the ant is a flatlander walking along on a flat two-dimensional newspaper world. If that paper is now folded in the middle, we create a way for our flatlander ant to magically disappear from one position in his two-dimensional world and be instantly transported to another.
Well, the only upside is that it's given me time to think about why I ended up in here. I guess I was stealing because I was so sick of the same old routine. I felt like I had a void in my life, like there was a secret hole in me.
Oh, God!
And I was trying to fill that hole with all kinds of expensive objects and things.
Oh, God!
And I felt wonderful with all those things filling that hole.
Oh, God!
I did this to myself, so I'm just gonna have to lay back and let the penal system teach me a lesson.
That one is also sexual.
And where will she go? What shall she do when midnight comes around?
This is a wonderful example of a typical Austin Osman Spare image, if there is such a thing. If you're in a magical state, then if you create a piece of art while in that state, it is a way back into that state. It says, intrusive nostalgia, remembering, which I think means the state of consciousness where suddenly memories of past lives, or genetic history, if you like, suddenly intrude upon you without your necessarily bidding them to do so.
I'm Penelope Cruz. I'm always searching for the most perfect moisturizer.
From the earliest age, I've been very fascinated with people's connection to objects as a way of creating and constructing their identity. I remember reading a book when I was a little girl. It was one of these silly career advice books, but I remember a sentence in it that said, if you find yourself always going to paper stores and always wanting to buy beautiful paper and pens and different kinds of ink, you might be good as a writer, because being a writer in some way depends on the texture of the objects in that writing life. And some piece of me has been deeply influenced by that very profound thought, that loving the materials of your work, that is part of your construction of your identity.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you played some with Pat Benatar, but that was only when I needed cash.
Oh, fuck off. I love Pat Benatar.
So did I. That's another story. Love is a battlefield, baby.
You know, the villain isn't deeply evil. In some sense, they want to kill people or they want to pervert culture or anything like that. The villain is just a very strong demand that corporations continue to make lots of money. Many people say, you know, in the long run, these companies will die and everything will be taken care of the way it should be taken care of. But nobody lives in the long run. We live in the next 10 years. And in the next 10 years, the power that these companies can exercise over how the internet will develop can fundamentally affect the environment for creativity that the internet makes possible.
Shit. I know shit's bad right now, with all that starving bullshit. And the dust storms, and we running out of French fries and burrito coverings.
This next song goes out to all you motherfuckers in this goddamn audience. And I hope each and every fucking one of you grows up to be just this. This is one called The Alcoholic. Thank you, man. Let's go!